So Jack Dorsey just solved a pretty cool problem with this new app called Buzz. Right now, if you want to run agents, then you have to go through this whole setup of connecting your communications channel, connecting your code base, connecting all of your email, your docs, giving it permissions, what it can do, what it can't do. Obviously, that's not scalable when you're trying to run an organization of agents and build them into a system that was built for humans. This can work, and people do it successfully when you're trying to run one agent. But as you get up to about six agents, and I know this because I've done it, then you start to run into a problem to where every agent has to read through its own document to pull in all of this information, and you end up burning through a bunch of tokens. The higher that you scale, the more tokens that you use, even if you're not trying to solve a crazy problem. But then on the flip side of that is if you're only using one agent to solve a bunch of problems, it ends up being either really slow or it sends out agents to where the quality degrades and the work isn't as good, or the agent that you're using, same thing, when it goes to do specialized tasks, then it burns through a bunch of tokens because it was trying to understand the task that it had to do. This is Jack's solution called Buzz. And the way that it works is everything can be in one place. All of your chat, all of your code, all of your mail, your docs, your calendar, all of the permissions, everything lives in one place. As you can see in this part, the humans and the agents are treated as the same. The way it works is you have anything that joins the organization, whether it's a human or an agent, is treated the same. The workspace is built for both humans and agents. To whereas if you're tying in an agent into Discord or Slack, it has to be a bot and you have to configure it like a bot. Obviously, bots can only do what bots can do. And the rules aren't the same for users and for bots. You end up in this situation to where, yes, it technically can do everything, but the environment that is in wasn't built for it. Buzz, the environment is built for both. This software is super new and it's only been out a few days, but the other reason that it's a big deal is because it was built by Jack Dorsey's company. Jack is mainly known for creating Twitter. If there's anybody that could create a communication system that could scale for as many agents and humans that you need, it would be somebody like Jack and his company Block to be able to build this out. Getting in early to use it now, yes, it could be cumbersome and kind of a pain, and there's a little bit of a technical aspect to it, but it'd be similar to using like Twitter in 2009 on the third day that it launched. You have to look at it from that perspective of, yes, it's not perfect, but it is usable and it does have product market fit because this is what they're using behind the scenes with their own agent. This didn't come from people just experimenting, trying to build this in theory and hope that people will use it. They actually used this and just released it for the public to also use. But this is their day to day version of using Slack. Another thing is it's super clean and super easy to use, and it really feels like you're using Slack, but it also feels like it was built for agents to use. It doesn't feel like you're wiring something in that doesn't belong. It feels like this was made for humans and it was made for agents, and everything is cohesive. But on top of that, the UI is very simple to understand and it's very simple to use, even though the software is super early. With it being early, right now, when you use the Claude Code harness inside of it, it is only usable with sonnet and haiku. So you can't use opus, you can't use fable, but there is a workaround for that that I'll go into in another video, to where you can use both opus and fable through using a Hermes agent inside of Buzz instead of just using Claude Code. That's another thing that I wanted to mention is, if you're using these other agents, Anthropic doesn't want you to use your subscription inside of these other agents. They want you to use the API. One of the cool things about Buzz is it just wraps over top of Claude Code. You're not using the API, you're just using Claude Code on your computer. It recognizes Claude Code on your computer when you download it, and from that, you're allowed to use it inside of Buzz without having to give it an API key or without having to give it any sort of authorization. It just ties right into your existing setup. And one more thing with that is you can use Claude Code and you can use Codex. You can have a Codex agent and you can have a Claude Code agent in the same environment. And you can do that with Discord or Slack, but the configuration is extremely different, in the sense of, with Buzz, it's just installing what you already have. With Discord or Slack, you have to wire in each one individually. If you're using Codex, you need to get the API from Codex, and then you need to wire it into Slack. And then if you're using uh, agent that runs through Claude Code, then you have to go to Claude Code and then do the same thing. Instead of everything being individual, everything becomes way more cohesive. The big thing isn't necessarily what Buzz is right now, but it's the concept of it and how scalable it actually is, because it puts everything in one place instead of you having to individually wire in each agent, each app, connect everything. You don't really spend any time doing that because you can build all of these inside of Buzz from day one. Or if you're starting a company, you can build it from day one. Or if you already have an existing company, once you wire in anything into Buzz, it's wired in there for good. There's no, you have to keep setting things up and making sure that this agent has this API key, or all of your APIs are connected a certain way so that everything can be usable. Everything will just flow once you get it set up for the first time. Another thing is, when you download it, it has agents already pre-installed. So the agents that are pre-installed, as I said earlier, on Claude Code specifically, are Sonnet and Haiku. You don't really have to set much up. I set everything up using Claude Code in 20 minutes, maybe, if that. So that's it. Try it out. Let me know below in the comments what you think. Make sure you like the video, subscribe.